F27 am slowly losing feelings for my boyfriend M26 because he won't do random acts of kindness. Hi people, I need some advice here. I have been in a relationship for 8 months now. This is both me and my partner's first serious relationship. I don't know if this is a phase, but I slowly feel like I'm losing feelings for my partner. Few things that might be the reasons we live nearby, so every evening my partner comes over after work, and we spend time together until next morning, and we spend all weekends together. I don't know if spending so much time together is beginning to get on my nerves. Small things have started to annoy me, like every time he comes over, my house becomes messy, and then I have to clean up after he leaves. And I think what bothers me is that he won't help to clean up. I mean, I don't help clean his place either, but somehow it has started irritating me because my house becomes a mess only after he comes over. Second thing is my partner isn't the most kind person. I'm not sure how to explain this, because I know saying someone is not kind instantly makes them sound awful, but it's more like they don't do any random acts of kindness. Like when I'm sick or in need, he is always there, but in everyday little things he won't go out of his way to be nice. Like maybe giving back rubs after a long day, or like if he sees the water bottles are empty to go and fill them, or if we're both in bed and we forgot to switch off the light, he will never get up and turn off the light. Even if I ask for these things, he will refuse. At the same time, when I go over at his house, he won't ask me to do any of these things either. My partner is very independent like that. Many times I have offered to cook for him, especially when he is sick since I cook all my meals anyway, but he always refuses. Anyhow, my love language is acts of service, so these things would make me feel really nice. He does other things for me, like they always accompany me to doctor's appointments and drive me places since I don't have a car. It's just these little things that he will refuse to do. The chores splitting is in no way one-sided, as you can tell from what I have mentioned, but still I slowly feel like I'm starting to get irritated and also losing feelings a little bit. Last night, out of nowhere, I felt a strong urge to break up. I'm still not ready to quit this relationship, but I'm not sure how to navigate this stage. Basic kindness and wanting someone to clean up after themselves isn't a love language, and I will die on this hill. If you ask him to give you a back rub or turn off a light, he refuses. What does he say beyond no? He seems more lazy than independent. It's been 8 months. That's a good point for figuring out if you want to stay with someone long term. It has been 8 months. If you want to break up, just break up. Feelings aren't going to get any more positive if they are already negative after less than a year. Disagreement about when to share pregnancy news. M27, F26. And hashtag X200B. Hello everyone. English is not my first language. My husband, 27M, and I, 26F, are planning to start trying for a baby, and we're both very excited. However, we've run into a disagreement that's already causing some tension. It's very important to me that, if I get pregnant, no one except my husband and my parents knows about it during the first 12 weeks. I've explained to him that the risk of miscarriage is highest in the first trimester. There's also a chance that I could be at higher risk. My mom had 2 miscarriages, and I'm honestly scared of having to answer questions or repeatedly explain a loss if something were to happen. I asked him to promise that he wouldn't tell anyone until the 12 weeks are over. He told me he can't promise that, because it would be huge news for him, and he might get so excited that he accidentally tells a close friend. But he will try his best. I do understand his perspective. If I'm honest, I'd probably feel the urge to share the news immediately too. But at the same time, I really don't feel comfortable with our friends knowing before the 3-month mark. After 12 weeks, I wouldn't mind at all. I've been thinking about a possible compromise, like telling a few very close friends after we hear the heartbeat around week 9 if everything looks good. But even that makes me a bit nervous. For me, this is about feeling safe and having some sense of control during a very vulnerable time. I love him very much, but it's hard for me to feel secure when he says he can't promise to keep this private. At the same time, I don't want to be unfair. It's his baby too. How would you handle this? Edit. It might also be a cultural difference. We come from different cultures and grew up differently, so this idea of not sharing the news during the first 12 weeks is kind of new to him. This 27M can't promise to keep his mouth shut for 12 weeks. Might be unpopular, and my wife and I don't want kids, but I'd let my wife choose. I'm not the one carrying the fetus, and I'm not the one that will get most of the questions and comments about it. I didn't share it with my in-laws and lost the baby at almost 12 weeks. It's very lonely when nobody knows. How do I, 38F, break up with someone, 39M, over their MLM/pyramid scheme without turning it into a debate? Too long did not read. I've been dating someone for a couple of months and was recently informed of the name of the company they work for. It's clearly a pyramid scheme/MLM, and they have been involved with this company for 5 years. They referred to it as their retirement plan, and this is not something I feel aligned with. How do I break up without turning it into an argument about their work? So here we go. I thought things were going well. Great energetic connection, no drama, lots in common, and good overall vibe. Recently, after more conversations about work, I learned more details about the company they're involved with and looked into it. They've been part of this network marketing business for about 5 years and see it as a long-term plan for their future. It's not just a side project. They are basically married to it, and it's very important to them. After sitting with it, I realized that this type of business model and lifestyle direction just doesn't feel aligned for me long-term. It's less about right or wrong and more about compatibility. They're really committed to it, and I respect that. My concern is that if I bring up the business specifically, it could turn into a long conversation trying to defend or explain it, and it will probably hurt them or offend them, and that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not trying to change their mind. I've just realized it's not for me, and I want to make an exit. For those who've ended something over a fundamental lifestyle or long-term direction mismatch, how did you phrase it? I'm genuinely stuck. Things were going really well otherwise, so a sudden, I'm not feeling it feels disingenuous. At the same time, maybe I should just keep it vague, because I don't think it's a good idea to center the conversation around their business specifically. Any advice on what to say would be much appreciated. Say you are just not feeling it anymore. Don't give a reason. Short and sweet. Don't give him anything to argue with. For a couple of months. Oh, that makes it super easy. Oh, this isn't for me, have a good life. Why would you feel the need to lay out reasons for a breakup? It's been a couple months. You're not a dedicated couple who has bought a house. It's only been a couple of months, so just tell the truth respectfully and cut contact. If they pick a fight over this, that means you dodged a bullet, so extra good riddance. My M24 girlfriend, F22, says she wants to take a break for a while. My girlfriend and I have been dating for about 4 or 5 months, now in a long-distance relationship, about 2 hours away. Our main way to communicate is through Snapchat, and a few weeks ago I noticed I'd been getting less messages from her. She said everything was okay, but a few days later she said she has a lot going on and would like to take a break. I didn't push too much, but she said she was having a few health problems she hadn't told me about. We've stayed in touch, talking at least a little almost every day since then, and I've told her a few times if she doesn't like me anymore and wants to totally break up, then I'd understand, but she says she still does, and it's just a break. I noticed she changed her Facebook status to single like an hour after we broke up, and I've been getting left on delivered for hours at a time when she should be up. She posted on her story once when I was on delivered for like 6 hours. I get she has a lot going on, but I feel like if she still liked me I would hear from her more. Is it time for me to try to move on? Definitely move on. Anyone that anxious to tell the world they are single isn't on a break. Yes, it's time to move on. Posting without responding initiates the break. This is classic. I want to have you around just in case, but not be with you move. I was a victim for like 3 years in high school. Don't be like me. She found another dude she wants to be SNG. Been there. Move on. You're too young for this crap.